Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. Today will be match number 20, the final match of week number 4 here in the league, and we're sliding folks. And I've kind of been prefacing this for the majority of the middle part of this league that the deck we've got on the screen is I think the best deck that our pool can offer us, but it just can't compete against 5 color after 5 color after 5 color deck here today, or in this league at this point here in week 4. We still got 11 more matches hopefully left in this league. Still do have a chance at top 8. It's a bit of an outside chance, but we have a chance, and there's a pretty decent chance we can find ourselves in the Abzan top 8. So still a lot to play for here, and we're going to ride it out to the bitter end. We'll start as we always do by looking at the top of the 184 player leaderboard, and we've fallen off of it unfortunately. There are some 13 and 7s here on the board, so if we win today, maybe we could find ourselves up there, but it's still relatively early on in the week that I'm playing these matches, so we probably wouldn't hold it. But we got a couple of 16, 15 wins up here. The top 4, they're pretty darn close to securing a top 8 spot here, and if you scroll down just a little bit, you can find us here in 20th with that record of 12 and 7. So like I said, if we can jump up into 13 and 7 at the end of the week, that would go a really long way. 12 and 8 starts to get a little bit dicey, but we'll do what we can here today. And within that Abzan clan, where we're trying to vie for a top 8 spot within this clan, because our clan is doing well in the Ascendancy Challenge, we have just 1 week left after today. We sit in 4th and could potentially rise up into, well, Personification's got the tiebreaker on us quite a bit, so maybe 3rd if we win, and then Beggin' Blue, Smitty, Vorbis, there's a lot of people that could still catch us here. But today's match is going to be against a little bit of a rival of mine, rrrn22 Ryan, who has a record of 8 and 7 in 88th place in the Mardu clan, and is running basically a Mardu deck, but a little bit of green. Not actually sure I got to see the green in the match, but it's pretty much 3, close to 4 colors here. Now, the reason I say Ryan's a little bit of a rival to me is that we have played 3 times before, including a win and in for my only top 8 in the Foundations Mega Draft, where I did win against Ryan to get that last top 8 spot, and I have 2 wins to his 1, but he's got a lot more wins overall lifetime in the AGL than I do, and a better win percentage than I do. And speaking of, when it comes to the badges, I've got that 1 top 8 to hold over him, but he's got 3 others that I don't have, as well as 2 additional top 16 badges in leagues he didn't top 8 in. So Ryan is a great player, going to be a really tough match today. He's going to try to even up the season series at 2-2, and I'm going to try to squeak it out to 3 and 1. See if we can do it. See you in game 1. Alright, we get to start on the draw here and take a mulligan. Don't have really anything we can play in any sort of reasonable amount of time, so send that one back. And yeah, this one's a bit better. Now the question is, do I send back the land or one of these 2-drops? I think I actually send back the Krumar Initiate, get a Plains, and then I can go 2, 3, 4 here, maybe. Either way, it'll be kind of tough. Ooh, Mardu Devotee. Alright, here we go. This pool does have an Ugin in it, which is basically just 7 mana, I win the game. So, see if we can do anything about that. I'm just going to get the value of not having to press through priorities here and just let him go. Alright, another aggro deck against us? No? It's actually a pretty decent draw. See if this survives or not. Mardu. What do we got? Sarkhan, Kolagon's Command, Zurgo, Thunderer's Decree, Dragonfire Blade. There's some cards here. Alright, well, if I go for the negotiations and try to put the counter on this, he probably kills it in response, but hopefully that opens up the high sentinels to be able to kind of land without removal here. But usually this kind of curve, 2-drop into a negotiations, has been some of the more successful curves for this deck. Okay, it's a Duty Beyond Death. I can deal with that. I think it needs to be Teeming Dragonstorm here. That card actually really messes me up. It's an additional cost to cast this, sack a creature. And they gain indestructible and put a counter on each creature you control. Let's see what the top deck was here. Looks like it was removal. Yep, that's what it was. Alright, High Sentinels. What can you do? Hand isn't horrible right now. Usually these Mardu matchups are relatively decent for us. I'm sure here comes Salt Road Pack Beast. And then I can current that. And then the Betrayal is just going to get the Devotee here. So while it's tapped out, I'm going to go ahead and just kill this thing. Get in and see if we can dodge any number of removal spells here. How many there's one Molten Exhale, one Draconic Roar, 4 Mardu Devotees. Wow. 1 Osseous Exhale. Okay. Alright, now this Duty Beyond Death is going to start getting pretty good. And the Strategic Betrayal has instantly gotten a whole lot worse. So let's play Pack Beast and get in. And then we've got the Kirin here. And maybe we could race a little bit. I don't know. It's going to be... we're at 19. It just depends on what these cards over here are. Interesting. I don't know what that could be. Let's see. So it very well could be a Ponyback Brigade, as that is a card in the pool there, which would make 3 1/1s. I think that's actually the only thing I see. There's an Offender at Large too, but that's Disguise, and this is not Disguise. This is just Morph. So I think it's a Ponyback Brigade. Unless I'm missing something, so in that case, I can block it. Probably makes 3 1/1s. Let's see. No? Alright, well, then I'm just going to go ahead and get my Kirin out and go to town with attacks here, I think. Pretty decent. As long as this is up, the maneuver gets a lot worse. So I might just put a counter on the Pack Beast and potentially have lethal next turn. I don't think I'm going to die from 16. I mean, I'd be shocked. Okay, it is the Ponyback Brigade. Sure, go to blockers. Am I going to die from 16? So what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? That's unfortunately not lethal, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I can put a counter here to make it 9, which gets +1/+1, which becomes 10. Would I rather hold up Coordinated Maneuver to not die? gosh, there's got to be a good amount of combat tricks. This worries me, the way that he just chose to take it all, not even block a pack beast or something. 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to use this. I'm going to use a double removal spell here and hope that these two can get through for next turn. So which one do I want to use it on? I guess the 2/2. It's before damage, right? Yeah, so let's just go to damage and use double removal here. I think I just need to protect my life total as much as I can. Because he does have that Duty Beyond Death in hand. And we have the High Sentinels as lethal in the air here. And I will obviously block something. Okay, that is a flyer. Sure, I think that means we still win. Yeah, with the Sentinels putting a counter on the Kieran, I suppose. That also does it, I think. Right? So as an additional cost, sack it, indestructible, put a counter on each creature you control. They could sack this, but then both of these are lethal here. No more reach, yeah. I guess I could have done it this way by putting the counter here so that I didn't reveal that I had planar disruption in my deck, but I don't think we needed to do that. It's not that important. So now what? Trying to match the Mardu deck, you know, card for card. Something like Whale of War seems really good. Nightblade Brigade honestly isn't horrible. Making sure we're not like cutting off our game plan, but also trying to stonewall the Mardu player here. The negotiations actually seem worse in this matchup, I think. I mean, there's like Ugin and stuff, but Zergo is a 3-drop. Maybe on the play they're okay. On the draw, I think I'm going to take them out here. Something like, where was it? Like the Brigade seems okay. Devotees seem fine. I can keep recurring them, but it's probably not going to come down to that. Life gain, flyer. I don't think we need a 2/1 flyer, random 2/1 flyer. I don't think we need a 5-mana card here. I could play just another creature that gums up the board of bodies. What seems not great over here? All this seems okay over here. Actually, the strategic betrayal seems quite bad in this matchup, and I might just rather a random 2-drop over it, or maybe just like something like the Nightblade Brigade to wall off a bunch of 1/2s and 2/2s. And that seems like there's also Watcher of the Waysides to gain life. But I kind of like the rest of our deck here against this. So I think I'm going to give this version of the deck a try here in game 2. Alright, we are starting on the draw here, and we got a pretty good hand. I have a sneaking suspicion of Ryan here. I think I've played him 3 times before. I think Ryan was the one that was pretty known for deck swaps in sideboarding, and I'm wondering if he got me with a deck swap here. Mardu Devotee on 1 makes me think no, but I was worried for a moment that he would flop into some sort of 5-color teamer deck or something. But I think, because all my sideboards were based on the fact that he's still running Mardu here, so let's see if we can still do anything about that. Now, do I play Voice of Victory here or the Krumar Initiate? I think I'm going to do the Voice of Victory. I think it's just better. It's a better blocker. Either could die, theoretically. But, oh god, there's the Zergo. That's tough. Well, I guess this is what Nightblade Brigade was for. Caustic Exhale, I think that's going to have to do. Doesn't quite get rid of Zergo, but if he is removal for the Nightblade Brigade, this is going to be tough. Zergo on 3, eh? I was about to say, how'd you cast it? But Mardu Devotee got it. Okay, so it looks like it is somewhat of a 4-color deck. Interesting. Likely means no removal here. So now I guess we just bodyguard, and then now we don't really have the ability to double spell unless we can draw another swamp. Probably another Ponyback Brigade here, which can be flipped for 5, I believe. Is that it? Let me see. There's also a Dogwalker, but that's Disguise, not Morph. Morph is, let's see, yeah, flips for 5, makes 1/1s. Ugh. It's going to be tough. Don't really have attacks. Probably like to keep up Caustic Exhale here, so go ahead, flip your pony back, I suppose. There you go. Not liking this curve here. Another Mardu Devotee, okay. Can't forget to crack this Terramorphic, that would not be good if I didn't. Removal for Zergo would be very nice. This board is intimidating. How many of like the indestructible whole creatures things are there in this pool? 2 Duty Beyond Deaths. Yeah. Please don't send all in. I don't like that feeling. There it goes. Okay, pass to blockers. Block here, and then I guess hold up Caustic Exhale for something here. Yeah, there's one of them. That's such a brutal curve. Can I do anything about that even matters? I can kill a 2/3 right now. Or a 3/3. That doesn't matter. That's not dying. Yeah, nothing's dying over there anymore. I was wondering how many Duty Beyond Deaths there were, and I found out the hard way. It's quite the curve here. 3 Artful Maneuvers, 2 Duty Beyond Death, a Lightfoot Technique. Okay, so we're going to have to keep that in mind for sideboarding for game 3 here. We will be back on the play, though, which means we can kind of try to be the aggressor. Because if we can get this deck on the back foot, that's pretty good. Oh my gosh, really? I think we're just mega dead here, like, no matter what. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. I think we need to draw exactly our dragon board wipe card thing. Yep, there it goes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, like I said, I think our dragon board wipe is the only way out here, and that doesn't even kill this thing. So... right, because it only does -3, -3. So we just do... sure, I'll go to 1. Doesn't really matter. Alright, turn 3 Zergo. Can we at least avoid that next game? There's a lot of combat tricks over there. So, we're on the play now. What can we do about combat tricks? I mean, the Duty Beyond Deaths are just near unbeatable. I mean... on the play, the negotiations might seem better. I can kind of go back towards the original deck that I had here. Flyers seem pretty good against him too. Don't know if I have the time for the Krumar Initiates. I'm wondering if just random 2-mana 2/1s are any better. I would like to keep the Whale of War in. Kingard in still seems fine, so I'm wondering if like Krumar Initiates out and like Skull Hunter in is any better here. I mean, we do have like the Lancers, but those are 4-drops. I just don't know if those are going to be any good. I don't know what to do about the what's it called? The double Duty Beyond Death, so I can't really do anything about that. Yeah, there's not a lot I have to combat something like that. So I think we just kind of run our plan, hopefully get a 2-drop into negotiations, get something like Zergo out of the hand, play 3s and 4s and gum up the board and win with a couple flyers maybe. That's what I think we're going to hope for here in Game 3, and that he doesn't have those Duty Beyond Deaths with the Ponyback Brigades. Had in both games so far. Alright, we go first. We need a little bit of help of lands off the top of the deck, but we do have the Descendant of Storms. Worse in this matchup, considering the 4 Mardu Devotees, but could potentially attack past them here. So let's keep going in with it, see how far we can go before it dies here. I guess I probably should have made the 1/1 considering I have Salt Road Pack Beast in hand. But there's the Mardu Devotee. Is there any? There's a Channel Dragonfire as well. Double Mardu Devotee. Okay, so I could pump my way past both of these here. Don't know if that's worth it, but we can see. If I can endure, make this a 4-3, and then it survive one more turn, that would be quite good. But with Scry 4, I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, I just don't know if I've made the right choice here against a Mardu deck that likely is going to be able to kill it here now. Is 3 Mardu Devotees enough? There's Draconic Roar, there's Molten Exhale. There's only one of each though, but he did get Scry 4, so we'll see. Well, Sage of the Skies is pretty good here. Okay, so they have Osseous Exhale is what this tells me. So I'm going to decline. And if he moves to Osseous Exhale, I can Kirin to save it, which he will. And then I can do Skull Hunter. And then next turn I can double up Sage of the Skies here with the Descendant of Storms. That's a pretty decent curve. Alright, going wide. No Zergo. Nothing crazy. What is that? Okay, impulse draws and then give something double strike? Sure. Let's go here. Here, and then Salt Road Pack Beast, which is pretty insane. I mean, yeah, that was quite the turn, if I say so myself. Alright, Sage of the Skies, can you do it for us? Shock Brigade, sure. I don't think we need to go crazy with playing into anything. We just have a ton of flyers right now, so just attacking with these flyers seems good and leaving the Pack Beast back. Alright, was the Sage of the Skies good? I guess it was. Wow. Yeah, so when our deck curves out and does well, it's really, really hard to beat it. Ryan, your deck was also quite potent. Double Ponyback Brigade, double whatever that combat trick was also really tough to beat. But we got the win to end the week, so at least there's that. Well, we finally actually ended the week on a good note. This might be the first week we've actually won our last match. I'm not exactly sure, but we go from 20th place with that record of 12-7, and we do jump up to 10th with a 13-7 in record. We actually do beat several people on tiebreakers, which is kind of surprising here for that 13-7 record. But realistically, we're going to need to go probably 9-1 in our last 2 weeks to make top 8. 8-2 might get us in if we're lucky. So it's going to be a tough run here, but we're doing the best we can to hold on. And within the Abzan clan, like I said, we did actually jump up over Alex into 3rd place. We've got that above 50% win percentage, opponent match win percentage tiebreaker now. So we're sitting here in 3rd out of the 37 Abzan clan members. And we're going to try to hold that top 8 spot in the event that we win that clan mega draft here at the end. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft for your Arena Gauntlet League match.